I'm going to jump straight into the site builder. And here we see when the site builder loads, there's a few areas which we need to cover off. So first of all, we have this panel here, and we can see that we've got the page chosen. So within here, within the panel, we've got option of choosing the keywords and the metadata, which are all important for search engine optimization, and which we cover those off obviously in our education. Now I'm just going to close that for a second, just so we can have a look at the rest of the page. So that within our site builder. So starting at the top, we have our toolbar here, and we can see as we hover these icons at the top, we can find out what they're for. So the first one is an article used from simple text and headers, titles of your site, right through to a full article page. So for example, simply dragging that onto the page and releasing it gives us an article which we can edit later, which I'll come into. We also have images, so if you want an image on the page, again we can just simply drag that onto the page. Monetization, which is very important if you want to make money. We have videos, we have social, we have menus, and we have shapes, and we also have a HTML widget, which is really a kind of an advanced type widget which we'll come to later on. And the final two options are preview, to preview the site, and also to edit the settings of the site. So that's the toolbar. These are what we refer to as widgets, which we can drag onto our design area. And once we drop those on design area, when we hover over, we can see that that's our article widget, and it's highlighted there in purple. So the second element we have here is our pages. So here we have a home page and we have a contact us page for our site, which in this case, if we look at the preview, we've got the name of it here, newborn baby clothes site. We can pretty much simply choose to navigate between the different pages of our site. So we've automatically got a contact us page there. We can click that. Now here we can see page changes. So what we did before is we dropped on the article widget, and we're now changing pages, and it's saying, oh, you've changed the page. Do you want to save those changes before we continue? So let's just say yes. We'll leave that article on there for now. And now you can see that we've got the contact us page selected. And again, we've got the attributes panel here for the contact us page. So I'm just going to close that and just go back to home. Obviously we hadn't changed contact us that time, so we weren't prompted to save anything. Now just going back to the different elements of the site, so we've covered off, we have a toolbar with our widgets which can be dragged and dropped. We have our different pages for the site which we can navigate between. And now this is our design area. So everything we see within this this box here is our site. And for every page we will see this design area. Now we can also notice on the right hand side here we have two tabs, page and theme. And so far, and every time we've gone into the site and every time we've chosen to select a different page, we've defaulted to the page tab. Now every time we're on the page tab, that's anything specific to the page that we're currently selected, we're going to see there. We also have the theme tab. Now the difference between the two is the theme tab is the kind of the elements specific to the whole of the site. So if we wanted something such as a menu to appear on every page of our site, then we would apply it to the theme tab rather than the page tab. And when we've selected theme, we can also see that we've got various different options here to look at the style of the body, select an image, the background colors, whether it's the header, the content, the footer, and all of these various options. Now we can change all of these individually, or alternatively what we have is we have some predefined themes already built. So we can build a theme by ourselves simply by editing all these options. Alternatively, we can choose to select a theme, which I'm going to do in this case. I'm going to choose cartoon theme, nice bright vibrant theme. So as you can see, just by simply selecting the theme here, it's changed all of these values, which I can still change and customize myself if I wanted to, or I can just save the theme as it is. So let's just close that tab, and here we see on this theme we've got our kind of basic colors and style, and we've got a couple of different widgets here. So we've got our social widgets, and our monetization widget already built into our theme. Now any of these we can drag around and move within the theme as we see fit to kind of as we see kind of how it's going to be useful for the site. And the same goes for our social widgets. Now any widget on the page, we can either right click and we get the widget menu here, and we can choose to edit. So for example here I've got the attributes for the social widget, and so I've obviously got here ticked Facebook, Twitter, Dig, etc. and whether it's vertical or horizontal. I can update, so I'm just going to cancel that because I didn't change it. So I can also do the same here. I can right click and edit, and now that's bringing up the monetization attributes for this widget. So in this sense I can choose, we've got links from AdSense chosen, but equally we could change that to, for example, let's change it to an Amazon carousel. So now we have an Amazon carousel widget. Now that's not necessarily where we would want to have that. Now obviously we're also on the theme layer here, so that means that's going to appear on every page, which we wouldn't want either. So again, we can right click and edit, or double click as I did in that case, choose the option we want, update it, and close the tab, and there we go, back to the default setting we had. So let's jump back to the page tab. So now we have the widget, the article widget we dropped on the page before, and I can just again simply move that to where I want. Now this is where we're going to put some content on the page. So again, right clicking and choosing edit, or double clicking brings up our widget attributes. In this case I'm going to find an article on baby clothes. So within our widget for our articles, we have the option to find other articles that have already been written that we can use as a basis to write a new fresh article, which again, unique content we'll cover off in our modules, very important. So just looking at these titles of pre-written articles, I can simply click one of those, and as we'll see, that updates our actual widget here. So now that gives me the option of rewriting this and changing the details of that. Additionally, I can also select certain keywords. For example, here we've got baby clothes, and I can choose to hyperlink that by putting in a link here. So let me just insert that. So I've put a link here to another site, click insert, and now we see that's a link. I can also choose to underline, bold, change the various different font sizes or colors, or all of the kind of various different things that we'd want to do to our text. Once we've finished editing our article, either double clicking or right clicking and choosing edit from the panel there, and again we get our content, and we can choose to update that, and here we see our article. Now we can see the article is much longer than the current page length, so choosing our page tab, we can choose to set a page height. Here we can see we've got our article, which we can change the width of that. Now what I can also choose to do is put something down the side here, so for example maybe some monetization. Now I can just drag that into place and then choose, when we go for a wide skyscraper, and here we see we've got the monetization here. We can resize the article so it's fitting nicely within that, and then finally maybe put another monetization. We saw from this site what was going to work really well was the Amazon products, so I'm going to choose an Amazon carousel, and in fact what I'm going to do is have a carousel at the top and the bottom, so I can quite simply drag all those down into place, creating me enough room at the top. Carousel. So we've got a carousel there, we've got our content, we've got our Amazon. So there we have simply created a page. So I can now choose the page and click Save Page.